you guys do a lot without Drake. Obviously, impact on the offense, his development. But for you personally, and I know this sounds probably wildly premature, but would you, understanding how bright his future is, be content coaching him here for the rest of your career? Or do you hope to someday, somewhere, be a head coach again?
I love living in New England. It's the short of it. No, hey, look, I just try to focus on now, really enjoying coaching for Mike and the staff and the guys we have here in this organization. And I would be surprising if I moved my kids out of Westwood. So come hell or high water. I don't know if I'll be here or not, but that is what it is.
Do you still have aspirations to be a head coach, or is this the last job you'll ever have? Another way to ask the same question. And I think it's relevant right now because the Pats are off to a good start. Drake Maye has pretty much burst on the scene. I mean, I don't think that's an overstatement to say that. That he's made a big move in year 2. He's not just getting local love, but huge national recognition. And all the national commentators look at that and immediately mention Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is getting a lot of run. All the cuts we're playing from the national media and NFL types talking about the job Josh McDaniels has done and the Vrabel effect, and Josh McDaniels is always mentioned right there. And I know Josh McDaniels is a 2-time failed NFL head coach. I'm not even necessarily talking NFL head coaching jobs. I think that is a long shot. But how about the college world? Those jobs are lucrative.
Sure.
You get the right one, that's a job for life. And you make a lot of money doing that. And there's some high-profile institutions right now. Penn State. We can mention some others where the head coach is kind of tenuous.
North
UNC.
Carolina.
Alabama. I was going to leave out UNC because it's hard to imagine them hiring another NFL
Yeah, I don't
coach
think they're going down that road.
from the Belichick tree, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And those college jobs are lucrative. And Josh McDaniels is still a young guy. And I sort of wonder. Here's what I don't believe. And that answer confirms it. Because I've heard this from the local media too. A lot of whom, let's face it, Josh is good with a lot of media. He's not looking for anything else. He's happy with this current place in life. He's not looking to be a head coach again. That's not his focus. Oh, stop it. Would you stop, please? The head coaches make oodles, tens of millions of dollars. And I know he's being paid by the Raiders, and I know he's probably, I don't know what his salary is here. Maybe there's offset. He's not making anything here. The Crafts love that sort of situation where you're being paid by someone else. But what football coach doesn't want to be a head coach at an NFL team or a major college university? Stop it. I don't want to hear that bull crap.
No, I could see him in college. I was just looking something
And this
up.
doesn't make him a bad person. If you have chosen coaching to be your life's work, and a major university comes with a multi-year guaranteed tens of millions of dollar offer to be a head coach, you do want that. You should want that. You will take that. So, whenever I hear the local guys say, Josh isn't looking for anything like that, I say, stop it. Just stop the bull crap. Josh McDaniels, like anyone in their profession, wants something more or will accept something more. So let's just be real about it. So if someone came calling for Josh McDaniels, I think he'd take it. If an NFL head coaching job came available, you're saying he wouldn't entertain it? Stop it.
Oh, no, I believe he would.
And so I think that extends now to the major colleges. And I know those college jobs aren't what they used to be and blah, blah, blah. Here's $10 million a year. Okay. I'll put up with the transfer portal. I can handle that. So,
I don't know why that never occurred to me before, but he's almost a natural fit for college. I look at him, and this is maybe a rough comparison. Don't you sort of see someone like Lane Kiffin? You know what I mean?
Yeah, a bunch of guys like that.
Oh, my gosh, there's a million of them.
So what would he – I mean, I know that college coaching has become a pain in the ass in a regard. Would he rather take on that pain in the ass where he's the boss or show up every day to Foxborough and get pissed on by Mike Vrabel? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think he'd want the other thing.
I mean, I don't know. All I'm saying is to summarily dismiss it is ridiculous. And I think it sort of speaks to some of the undercurrents that we get there, where I think Josh has a lot of friends in the media and Josh immediately gets pumped up for his role. Meanwhile, Vrabel, he's asked about Josh McDaniels, and Vrabel immediately says, well, it's collaborative, and it's about Ashton, and it's about all these other assistants that Mike brought in. Mike Vrabel's giving out game balls to this Kerr guy. This is
Zach Kerr.
Zach Kerr, the interim defensive coordinator. He was talking him up again this week. He's asked about Josh. He talks about the collaboration and Ashton Grant and Thomas Brown. And so, there's clearly an undercurrent there going on. And I just wonder about all that. So this is, do you have a thought before I answer the next question?
No. I just, the college thing intrigued me, but keep going.
It should. I mean,
he could definitely coach. I think he'd be good at it, actually.
He might.
Because it's an offensive game. It's space, and he's good at that.
It might. Yeah, he might be that guy.
But anyway, keep going. No, I'm interested in the question you're going to ask.
Okay. So should he be getting this amount of run nationally, this amount of credit? Let me ask it this way. Here's my bit of facilitation, high-end facilitation.
Okay, good. I like high-end facilitation.
Give me the reasons for the Patriots' strong start. Give me the reasons for the Patriots' turnaround, and stop when you get to Josh McDaniels.
Okay. Let me just say you're not going to like my number one, and it's Vrabel. I don't know. Maybe you will like it. I shouldn't say it that way, because I don't think any of this happens if there wasn't a coaching change here. I don't think, because the real answer is Drake Maye. The development of Drake Maye is number one. But I don't think that happens if Gerard Mayo's still here or they hired an incapable coach. And say what you want about Vrabel, but I think he's a legitimate NFL coach.
Vrabel 1, who's 2?
Drake Maye.
Who's 3?
I have Stephon Diggs. Because I think Diggs has made Maye better. I think that having Diggs there has been huge for Maye.
Who's 4?
I have the 2 defensive tackles.
Okay.
Williams, I think they are the key to the defense. I think that going out and signing Milton Williams and Barmore's health is the anchor of your defense. I think that's huge.
Who's 5?
McDaniels.
You want mine or you want to wait?
Nope, I want yours.
Number 1, Drake Maye. He's been the key cog in their 3 wins. Looks legit. I'm wrong. Drake Maye, number 1. Number 2, Milton Williams. Incredibly disruptive up front. Been worth every penny.
Well, you know what? I found a way to get the tone back because here it comes. Go. Keep going.
Number 3, Steph Diggs. Tough, smart, gets open. Been a locker room leader so far. Stud at a position they haven't had one at in years. Drake Maye's guy. 4, Christian Barmore. Looks healthy. Been great and disruptive in tandem with Milton Williams. 5, Mike Vrabel. Gets these guys to dig deep, play the way they played in 2 spots not many people gave them a chance to win in, at Miami and at Buffalo. 6, Doug Marrone. Offensive line's been mostly fantastic. We were worried short on Will Campbell was going to be an issue. Instead, solid. We never hear his name. 7, Thomas Brown. Passing game coordinator.
Love it.
Anything that's worked in the passing game looks more from the West Coast style of offense, allowing Drake Maye roll out, something he's comfortable with, and something we wouldn't typically see from 8, Josh McDaniels. I guess he should get some credit. It's a forced marriage, and further evidence by Mike Vrabel always doing his best to not credit him solely for the success of Drake Maye. The guy feels like a passenger here so far, and I don't think that the coach even really wants him here.
So I put him ahead of the offensive assistants because they work for him at the end of the day.
Do they?
Or do they work for Mike Vrabel?
Or do they work for Vrabel?
Okay, but don't you think he has to scheme the offense to take into account what those positions do?
Vrabel has basically put him on the pay no mind list, is what it feels like.
Yeah, he still runs the offense, though.
See, this piece I'm interested in. I don't know how much is Josh. I don't. And Bert said this earlier today, and I don't know if Bert knows what he was saying, but Bert said in week 1, it felt like week 1. Man, that was Drake Maye's worst game by far. It
I
felt
heard
like
this too. Go ahead.
he was thinking too much. Feels like he was deep into McDaniels' offense where you've got to identify this and then post-snap read that, and he was overthinking it, and he was, all sort of out of sorts because of it. And that week 1 was McDaniels. And then starting in week 2, the Patriots said to Drake Maye, if it's not there and you're not comfortable, just go make a play. And Josh deserves a lot of credit for that. It's the last piece that I'm curious about because something definitely changed in week 2 in Miami. And I don't think it was just go make a play. I think they went West Coast week 2 in Miami, and that was the big change. It was obvious from the first series. He was under center, and they were running zone running plays and bootlegs off of it. It was obvious, even to laymen like me, from the third row of the stands. That was the change. But even if this thing is true, that just if it's not there, just go make a play. Is that Josh McDaniels or is that Mike Vrabel?
No, it's Vrabel.
And I don't even think it was that. I think it was we're going to put you under center and run some bootlegs and get you out in space, in a structured way to get you outside the pocket and throwing on the run. You're going to throw on the run and do things that you're comfortable with, but in a structured sort of way, and we're doing it through West Coast principles. That's what I think happened starting week 2.
Yeah, it felt to me for that first week and going into week 2, the only reason we were talking about Plategate, too much on his plate, is there too much on his plate? Because of this guy, because of Josh McDaniels, because he was trying to run his offense. And they said, this isn't working, we're going to do it a different way. And that's when it started working. I loved this bit of facilitation. You sent this in the email. I thought about it for my last 3 holes playing 9 this morning.
Thank you.
This isn't a bit. I really do believe that the success of the offense has more to do with this Thomas Brown because he runs more a West Coast thing, and he's Mike Vrabel's guy. This is a forced marriage. I don't know how much McDaniels really has to do with Drake Maye's success in the 2 stud games we've seen him in Miami and last week in Buffalo.
Okay, I told you I disagree with Murray on the other guys like Thomas Brown and
the Vrabel umbrella then.
But I still have him 5th. It's not. I have a lot of the same people Murray had. I mean, I guess we're saying we're not that far apart.
I think it's May number 1 by far. Vrabel 2, it just has to, even though they don't look like a particularly well-coached team. I think individually he's getting things out of guys, and it's netting out to, a good start.
The penalties bother me. That's why I have him 5th.
Yeah, well, penalties, turnovers, they don't run the ball. And
slow starts.
And their defense is inconsistent, and their game plans kind of suck because the starts have been bad. So, I can't sit there and say they're like a well-coached team, but I think individually Vrabel gets things out of guys that has netted out to this start. I mean, so the coach is important. I got to give it to him. One guy you left off your list that I'm reticent to because it's because I don't want to hear the blang, and he's still got short arms. But Will Campbell's been kind of important for the thing too. The offensive line has solidified.
I know, so I didn't include the offensive line. I sort of put that a little bit under the purview of the offensive coordinator. Getting him on the move helps alleviate the offensive line.
It's improved.
So it definitely has.
Credit to Doug Marrone.
Whether that's
I know he had Marrone at least. I didn't.
Marrone, the scheme. I mean, I think when you're bootlegging out the backside, it helps your left tackle.
Definitely.
Okay, so I think it's all hand in hand. But the line is in a better spot than it was last year, clearly, and Campbell's a part of that. So I want to put him somewhere on the list. Where do you put McDaniels?
8th.
Where did you put him?
I'll tell you what. I haven't. I'm just facilitating here.
Oh,
coward.
I'll put him. Diggs. I don't know why I didn't think of. Who's been more important, Will Campbell or Diggs?
Diggs.
Okay. May.
My Diggs has been great.
May, Vrabel, Diggs. I might go Campbell just because I'm fair. Campbell / O-line.
Defensive tackles are better.
Milton Williams has been a monster.
But their defense isn't that great.
Well,
they've won their games on offense.
Yes and no. I mean, they haven't given up a crap ton of points.
Okay, well, here's a point. I'll firm up the list for you, so I'm not a fraud. Yeah, I was in the facilitation mode there, but who's getting the run is McDaniels. McDaniels is getting the pub. He's getting the credit. He's getting the run nationally.
He definitely is.
And I wonder if that's going to lead to calls. And I know he would take them. Why wouldn't he take? You should take a good job. You get a much better job offer, you take it. So, that doesn't make him a bad guy, but that little fault line interests me, obviously.
He'd be good in college.
All right. I'm sorry I've gone way late. To your calls right after this.
Diggs.